Hey, it's Mike from CloudFlex. So you want to use cloud, but you don't want to use it for your entire production. Well, cloud is great at a lot of things, and graphics is one place where it excels. So what if you could have a remote graphics operator anywhere in the world and get your graphics key and fill on site with minimal hardware? Well, that's exactly what I'm going to show you how to do today with CloudFlex. We're going to take graphics from CloudFlex. Doesn't matter what's producing the graphics as long as it can do key fill and NDI output, get that to the ground. And thanks to our friends at Viz for letting us borrow this little box. This is the Viz Connect Tetra, and it's kind of a Swiss Army knife of conversion. It can take NDI in, convert it to SDI, it can take SDI, convert it to NDI, it can take HTML5 graphics, and spit out key fill. It's got 4 channels on the back with Genlock. So using this fantastic little box, we can get our graphics from the cloud to the ground with minimal footprint on site and with minimal latency to actually get your graphics from the cloud to the ground. Let's get right into it. Here's where we're at. You can see on the left side we're going to have CloudFlex and the web portal running our graphics system. The graphics can be anything that produces a key fill signal using NDI in the cloud. So it could be vMix, it could be Expression, it could be Viz Trio, any graphics system that you can think of. A lot of bug boxes and score bug systems have this capability as well. As long as it produces NDI, we can go ahead and use that workflow with CloudFlex. So you're going to see here the graphics system exists in the NDI network in our AWS cloud, and we're going to utilize NDI Bridge to connect to the Viz Connect Tetra on the ground with embedded key and fill NDI. And this is the key because now the legacy workflows of sending 2 SRT feeds with separate encoders and then lining up the key fill on the other side, that's not necessary anymore. Your key fill will always stay in perfect sync with minimal latency. And we can utilize NDI Bridge for this because graphics and animations don't require a huge amount of video bandwidth or bitrate. So we're going to send that down to the cloud. And the remote operator is just simply going to use the CloudFlex portal to log in. So let me show you how that works. I'm going to hop over to CloudFlex Broadcast here, where we have a couple of instances already set up. I've got my vMix server, and I've got an NDI Discovery server. So we're just going to connect. We're going to assume these are already running, which they are, and deployed. If you want to learn how to deploy instances with CloudFlex, see one of our other videos here on this channel. We're going to connect to the web interface just like this. And I've already got a simple project set up in vMix. Graphics software that's producing an NDI key fill needs to have embedded alpha channel enabled. So we've gone ahead and done this in vMix by turning on straight alpha channel. So now vMix output 1 will always output an alpha channel if there's nothing here on the background. This black will disappear. And I'll show you what this looks like on the ground. So here we've got this output, and the NDI output 1 of vMix is going to look like this. You can see right here, we're getting a nice clean key fill signal from vMix. So we've got that requirement done. And now the fun part. The connection to Tetra, which is on the ground here in my office, is running NDI Bridge. And I've got this configured at pretty modest settings. I've got HEVC 10-bit, and we're setting this at medium quality, which is about 5.5 megabits, which should be pretty good for any animated graphics. Of course, you could turn that up to high and send 11 megabits without much trouble. It's all going to depend on the nature of your graphics and how much quality you need. So we've got the host NDI Bridge up here in the cloud, and that's running. Bridge set up on the Tetra box, set to join whatever NDI host you have configured. And the beauty of the Tetra is that can be configured to auto start. So if you've always got the same NDI host in the cloud, and you might for specific clients, this can be configured in a way where you just turn it on and it automatically connects. So our bridge is connected and ready to go. Nothing is being sent at the moment because we're not animating any graphics. So we're going to do that. Now the Viz Tetra is super easy to configure. You just go here into the channel multi-viewer. There are 4 channels, 4 NDI inputs basically, and 4 outputs. So I can go in here to channel. I want to tell it on the Input tab which NDI source to pick off the network. You can go either way. You can choose an NDI source, or you can choose an SDI in from the four channel capture card that exists on this system. Or you can do HTML graphics, or you can use it as a media player, or you can bring in an SRT source even, an IP source. This box is pretty versatile and it's a great conversion tool. But what we want is we want to go to our NDI bridge, which exists down here. We want to pick off our vMix output 1. This is my machine in the cloud. And I want to tell it then to output that to SDI out channel 3. And I want to make the video format whatever I want. In our case, 1080p 5994. And I want channel 3 and alpha on channel 4. Audio, you can choose a specific audio source. Follow destination just means it'll grab the embedded audio on the NDI input, which is what we want here. And I'm going to hit close. And now we're all set. You can see I'm getting the source from the cloud. And I'm going to show you a little comparison of the actual latency, which is pretty low. So here, there's no special tricks. There's nothing crazy going on. I've got an NDI source on my local network, which you're seeing the Tetra's output. And in the cloud, I'm just screen capturing the operator's interface. So this is a pretty good example of what actual latency is going to look like with these machines. Now I'm just going to go ahead and animate the graphic in and out, and you'll see that latency is very low. Maybe a quarter of a second, 200 milliseconds, if that. So this is an excellent box for doing cloud to ground graphics with embedded alpha in a very easy way. Oh, and I should also mention that that demo you see there, I'm doing this over a Starlink here in my home, where latency isn't the best. I usually have about 200 milliseconds to AWS, and I'm still able to get a clean signal down onto the ground and output SDI key fill. So CloudFlex is pretty versatile for remote graphics. You should give it a try. The basis is NDI key fill with embedded alpha using the Viz Connect Tetra to convert to SDI on the ground and output with very low latency. If you enjoyed this tutorial, check out our other CloudFlex demos here on this channel. Again, my name is Mike. Thanks for your interest in CloudFlex.